Hi, I got your plan open in Home Designer 2018. I tried to open it in 16 like your signature said, but I got an error message saying that this plan was created by a later version. So why don't you update to that to what's real instead of some old program that you don't use anymore. Okay. The obvious thing here is you can see the mating edges of, of this cross cable here, and this one is not set up properly to connect, like I said in my post and like Eric said. And to demonstrate that, we just take the brake line tool, left click on it, and break up this one line into, now it's two lines. Now I'm going to break it up into three, right about there. And then take this middle break and reshape the roof plane so that I can create two edges that the other roof plane can connect to, like that, and the other side, like that. Now I created a problem back here. May not be all that evident in a plan view, but let's take a look at it in a camera view, and you'll see exactly what's what. Some materials that you used on. See, got this situation here because these roof planes are not the same height, so that their fascia tops don't match. The way to do that is make another break. Select the roof plane, use the brake tool. I'm going to break it right outside this wall here, and then lever this edge over here, parallel. Just make sure it's parallel. I'm going to use the parallel perpendicular tool. Now we'll go back to the camera view that I had open, and that's a more finished looking uh, design and how they would probably be built in the field. Let's check the other side. This side I think will look alright. Yeah. Oh, right here, that's some crown mold from this room here, open below room. And my advice there is if you don't want it sticking through into your elevations, then just remove that in that one room. That'll get rid of that little artifact there. Okay, now let's see what it looks like on the inside. We'll stand over here and look towards the doorway. And that you'll see that the roof has been lifted away from that doorway. Okay, I think that's what you wanted to end up with. Looks like we got some siding on the inside of the model, which is not all that unusual. Let's stand on this balcony and look back this way. Yeah. So you want siding to show on the outside, but not the inside. So the way to do this is click on that wall and then hit the tab key to get the wall polyline. See, that's the extent of that entire wall. Now I'm going to open that one wall, and go to wall types. I'm going to pony wall it. Now we have this on the outside. We want that on the outside. On the inside, though, let's pony wall it. And on the inside down, I don't want that brick. On the inside lower wall type, I don't want brick, but I do want interior 4. Interior, I don't know, these specialized wall types that you made. That should do. Now when you pony wall a wall, it splits the one wall into two wall types, one stacked on the other. So now I'm going to get a elevation view. It's a little bit easier to do an elevation than in an isometric camera. And we'll again go through the balcony. Yeah, you can see you got drywall on the outside and siding on the outside, so we just need to adjust these to suit our purposes. Again, I'm clicking on it, hitting the tab key to get the extents. Now I'm going to use the break line tool like I did on the roofs, but this is for wall polylines. We'll put a break right there where I just clicked, and then put that drywall on the inside and the siding on the outside. And the same thing on the other side. Use the break line tool and break it over here just inside the roof line. And then, so we got a break here, break here. Now this inside, I'm going to just raise it up until it covers the ceiling on the inside, since I believe that's a vaulted ceiling. And we'll angle that on this side to stay inside the roof. And then this, we'll pull it down just below this roof here over the porch. And now we got siding on the outside and drywall on the inside. I'm going to check that one more time. I can't tell. Let's see. Let's just take this up and fill that triangle up. Well, it popped back. Sometimes that happens. Now let's check it in an isometric camera. Again, we'll stand on the balcony and look in that direction. Yeah, that looks better. Now, I don't know what's causing this, but it's probably just a wall polyline shortfall. Yeah, that's what it looks like. Now, I'm just going to click on it, hit the tab key, so I can adjust the wall polyline and fill that gap in. Well, it filled it in somewhat. This stuff here, I'm not quite sure what that is. Let me use this rainbow tool here, or tricolor, and click on it. See, that looks like OSB plywood. Okay, it's plywood. Not quite sure where that's coming from, but anyway, this interior view is now markedly improved. Not perfect, but it's much better. Let's take one more look quick outside, and then we'll wrap this video up. Okay, this is the same thing here. If you click on that, you'll see that it's coming from a room dialog box where you have moldings. Let's take a look at, yeah, so you've got crown mold in there, and it's not gonna work in that particular room because it's gonna stick to the ceiling. I mean, to the roof. I mean, in most rooms you may want crown mold, but on some second floor rooms, especially when you have a story and a half here, then it's just not going to work very well. They got to clean that up some. You might be able to put the crown molding back using a molding polyline. I don't remember if Home Designer Pro has that tool, but that's beyond the scope of this video and your original question. I think this has cleaned up what you were asking about, and from an experienced user's viewpoint, of course, it's pretty simple, but you know, from a new person, you have to completely see these crown moldings are likely to stick to the roof. They're not sticking through the roof right now, so I'd leave this room alone. But I don't think if you were going to trim carpenter this, you would stop the crown molding here. You would wrap it around here. But the software doesn't have the ability to be that smart, so you would have to, if you really want to have crown molding in this room, you'd have to take some additional steps. I don't know. Let me look here in the office and see. Okay, there's no way to create a room polyline, so for moldings and so forth, like in Premiere. So you don't have really a choice on the crown molding, especially in a story and a half. There's just going to be instances where it's not going to work very well. It's going to so like in this room, I took it off, and it still looks okay, but now the crown molding is at least not sticking through the roof. If you were curious about that. This back bedroom may work okay. I don't know. Yeah, the crown mold's truncated a little bit by the roof. The roof is being a little low here, and that's what's chopping off the crown mold. And you can raise the roof manually a little bit if you wanted to fix that particular thing. But I don't know if you know, in reality, see. Let me show you what's going on here. We'll go into a backflip cross-section camera. You can see this dashed line here. That's where the angle of the roof intersects the flat of the ceiling. We'll go in here with a backflip elevation camera and you'll see it perhaps more clearly. Yeah. So there's where the ceiling is being coffered, and there's the crown mold, and the coffering caused by the roof is truncating the crown mold. And if a guy wanted to, you go over here in this roof plane and this roof plane, and we'll just use transform replicate and move that straight up 3 inches. And see that dash line disappeared. We'll go back to the camera and see now the crown mold is restored, the ceiling is flat. Now whenever you move roof planes, you have to rejoin their mating edges, like this gable here is probably off a little bit. I don't get a roof plane there. Come on, give me the roof plane. I can't select that. I can see the roof plane edge there, but I can't select it for some reason. Okay, I'll do it another way. I'll go over here in the overview camera, and what I'm saying is we don't have, that doesn't mean we have to, oh, that's I see, it's a dormer. That's how you did that. I got it. Well, we just want to take the edges. Well, the edges look like they're okay. See, I raised these roof planes up, but I didn't raise these. You might want to reconnect. It's just off by 3 inches, so it's not going to be that radically different. And we'll just reconnect those edges to the ones that didn't move. Okay, here's a problem here. It's a simple one. See, this one just comes straight across and it leaves a hole there. And the way to do that is to use the break line tool. I wouldn't do this in a camera view, but it's more illustrative if I do use a camera view. And so we'll just close that hole up. That hole right here where I'm pointing. Okay, it looked like I overdid it. See, it's chopping the wall a little bit. Yeah, let's pull that back some. Whoops. Trying to pull that whole line back down, just so it doesn't interfere with the wall there. Well, I'm manipulating the roof plane edges. This might be easy to do in plan view. If I can find it. Oh, it's on the next floor down, I think. Yeah, it's a little, you can see it more directly here. Here's this roof plane. It's chopping into this wall, so we want to move this over outside the wall so that it's not chopping the wall off. I take that and parallel it to the wall there, and then we'll bring it in a little tighter to that wall, but not chopping into it. Okay, now let's check that overview camera. I think this wraps it up. Yeah, I cleaned that up a little bit. Things like that might not bother you, but my eye goes right to them. I said, what's causing that? Like there's a hole in the wall. That's probably yeah, it's a wall poly line short wall. And I'm just going to take this wall poly line here and extend it up and close that hole. Yeah, that looks better. Okay, that looks pretty cleaned up. So I hope you're happy, and I hope this helps others who might have a similar problem. Thanks for watching. I am out of here.